Hello everyone, this is Romario and I'm recording some new premodern content. If you're watching this now, you'll notice that the audio and the video for the first round in this part of the deck tech is going to look a little different. That's because I tried to record the deck tech before round one and it didn't go well, so I'm re-recording it. But yeah, I just want to have this intro section here like before you guys watch the league. And so this is it's an Enchantress deck that's a different take on the regular green-white list you see in Premodern currently. I found out about this deck, I think it was Rich Shea on a podcast that he talked about it, and I think it might be maybe a carryover from like old Extended. I have seen some of those old early 2000s videos of Pro Tour, and I think it might have been an invitational. I think it was Graber Nassif that was playing in like an extended version of this deck, and I think this deck was called Tropical Enchantress back in the day because instead of course Yavimaya Coast, you had Tropical Islands. Those are not allowed in Premodern, obviously, but so the deck like kind of the way it abuses, of course, the Enchantress effects that you have, plus the main acceleration of wild growth and fertile ground, and of course you have Serra Sanctum. One thing to notice in this list, they actually plays a full set of Serra Sanctum. It's pretty common nowadays to see green-white Enchantress play like 3 at most. This one plays all 4 because if you look at when you watch the leagues, it will be very clear this deck is very mana hungry. You're playing a card like Words of Wind, and you need to have a lot of mana to be able to kind of like establish your combo. It is a combo deck, by the way. You also have like Frantic Search, which of course lands that produce more than 1 mana. That's kind of like how you want to work this in Cloud of Faeries. So you're asking what the combo is. Basically, you can establish a board state that Words of Wind can bounce all the permanents on your opponent's side of the board, and you can like either replay yours or you just have more permanents. So you kind of break the parity because Enchantress is a deck that plays for the board. And then if you find Words of War, then you can just put multiple Words of War triggers on the stack, and you only need like 2 Enchantress effects and a few enchantments in your hand to be able to deal the full 20 points of damage. Or if your opponent's a little higher on that, that's fine too. You can usually get there. The sideboard has got like the usual Replenish for decks that can either destroy enchantments, or if you're playing against blue-white decks that can counter your stuff. You got the Engineer Plagues. That's pretty self-explanatory, right? Then you also have the Parallax Tide and Seal of Cleansing and Ray of Revelations. That's of course for opposing Enchantress decks, or just decks that will play enchantments. You have to usually enchantments. Not so many artifacts that you need to deal with. And then of course you have the extra Swamp here, so you can actually cast Engineer Plague, and then you have 2 Polluted Deltas, but the deck also has Seed of Brass and Fertile Ground, so making black mana has never been an issue. And then also, you have, sometimes you need to get red mana, so you also have the Fertile Ground and the Seed of Brass. The Misdirection, I think in this league, I don't think I ever brought it in, but not a spoiler alert. But playing some test games, I did bring Misdirection a few times, but it's just, I don't know, this could probably be a 3rd copy of Replenish, or a 3rd copy of Parallax Tide, or even like some other card that you want to test. But anyways, so yeah, this is a Tropical Enchantress deck, and I hope you like the content. And if you watched this far, don't forget to hit the follow button and check out my other videos that I have on the channel. And if you're also curious about playing Premodern Magic Online, I have a video that explains how to do it. And see you guys for round 1. So let's see, we found a match to play in the online league. So this hand has 2 of the cards that we're looking for, like 2 Enchantress, and there's also Sylvan Library. It does need a land to make it work. All right, I'm gonna keep it. It's first match of the league, like YOLO. Let's see what happens. Even Wild Growth probably would do it here. There's a good number of people playing. Yeah, as I was about to say, slice type of decks online. So, oh, okay. So we did find a Second land. I was thinking about, well, no, I think I'm going to play this now. I was thinking about holding the seal removal for an Enchantress. But I think if we get 2 Enchantress and Solitary Confinement online, I think this game is over. Game 1, obviously. Oh, they don't have land number 2? Okay, even better. All right, cool. So I'm just going to play Enchantress. And then if I find land number 3 next turn, just off the draw step, I think I would just play... I can just play Enchantress, because then the turn after that... Okay, so this is kind of... It's a little bit easier now. I'm gonna make sure I do this. This deck is kind of slow to win, so... yeah, I'm gonna play the second Enchantress. And then what I'm gonna try to do next turn is, if I find a white source, and I'll just slam Solitary Confinement. If I don't, then I think I'm gonna start with a Frantic Search. With the Wild Growth, you know, we go up mana when you cast it. So it looks like we're gonna get smacked for 4. I think like worst case scenario, they can double bolt and Fire Blast. Okay, so Jackal Pup number 3. They might have like a sorcery. No, do they have any sorcery speed? Bolt effects? I don't think so. Okay, so they're just gonna bolt me. All right. It's like they're representing Fire Blast here, so if I don't find an answer, I might just be dead. Oh, I should also like mute my phone. Apologize for that. Yeah, definitely need to Frantic Search. I need to find a white source. We did find one. So I'll go to 9 after that. I think it's fine. I'm just going to discard a Frantic Search and a Yavimaya Coast. And we're going to untap 3 lands. Also, I'm going to put it. I hate the way City of Brass works on Magic Online because it does that all the time. We're just going to do this. All right, 2 Cedar Brass, not ideal. So they might, yeah, okay. I think I'm gonna try to be mana efficient. I'm just gonna play the Words of Wind now, because I'm not gonna do anything after this. Okay, and then I can just pass a turn, and then I'll just discard one of the. Oh no, Cedar Brass deals damage, right? So it does it. Okay, so it actually prevents the damage from Cedar Brass too. Okay. All right, Seal of Fire. And with trade routes, I think it's really, really hard for me to. Okay, yeah. But basically, what would happen here? I'll be able to bounce my stuff until I find Words of Fire. Words of Fire. Words of War. Words of Fire. All right, so I think we don't need Tsabo's Web here. I'm not really sure what Sly brings against Enchantress these days. I mean, Solitary Confinement is obviously very good. I don't know if Anarchy is a thing that they side in, but also Replenish doesn't really help because the way I see it playing out is like they'll probably cast Anarchy and kill me. So it's not like they're gonna cast Anarchy and pass a turn. So I might be missing something here, but I think that's all I want. Obviously, the card that prevents damage against a deck that's trying to burn you out is very good, right? So, I don't think this one's a keep. No, because Serra Sanctum is not going to make any mana. No, yeah. This one is also not very good. All right, I'm gonna try to go to 5. All right, there's an Enchantress and there's Sylvan Library. Frantic Search is not as good when you don't have extra cards in your hand. And I think, yeah, I'm gonna take a lot of damage if I. Yeah, I think Words of War can go too. Yeah, this is not looking very good. Like, if this was an Enchantress, Argothian Enchantress, I think this would be okay. But like, you know, it's a pretty good chance that we don't get to turn 4 here, which is kind of what I need with this kind of hand. Yeah, another one of Enchantress Presence. All right, so we'll go with the island. If I draw a forest, it's a little better because then I can cast Sylvan Library instead of taking 1 damage to cast Sylvan Library. They are just going to attack the Jackal Pup. Okay. Well, this is it's kind of good. All right, so I'm gonna do like this. And I'll play Sylvan Library. It's gonna bolt me. Right. I can appreciate that. Game goes a little faster when. Okay, so I'm gonna probably get Ball Lightning here, right? That's no. So Fork Vortex. All right. Luckily, the way I'm trying to battle this is not by gaining life, but preventing from losing life. Oof. Okay, so there's no. There's no Serra Sanctum's there. I think I have to do this way. So I think if I can find a Serra Sanctum in the next draw, which so there's one card that I know about is a Cedar Brass, and then there'll be 2 cards that I'm going to see, like 2 fresh cards, right? So I have to do this because Jackal Pup plus Vortex is 4 damage. Second Vortex, I'm gonna take 4. Pretty much any combination of like. Okay, so there's no Lightning Bolt, and City of Brass does put me like at a very precarious situation. Okay, found a Serra Sanctum. Okay, so what does that do? Serra Sanctum will make 3 mana. Can I play this without having to? I mean, I almost feel like I have to put myself in Fire Blast range because so if I put Enchantress back, right, I can play Serra Sanctum. So tap Yavimaya Coast plus this plus Sanctum. Sanctum will make 3 mana, so that's 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6 mana, 3 for Frantic Search. Then I'm gonna draw Enchantress plus City of Brass. I have to discard 2 cards. That doesn't really, yeah. All right. So if they have Fire Blast, I'm just dead. That's the only thing I can do. Yeah. If they don't, then maybe. Okay, so they don't have Fire Blast. All right. So next thing I can do, I'm gonna tap this one because I'm not tapping for blue or green anyways. So I can play Enchantress. I don't think it matters, right? Because if I draw, no, if I tap Sanctum after, yeah, it makes more mana. So like I guess in the case I draw like a trade routes or something, I can bounce more lands. Or I don't draw anything. Okay. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think I want anything else. I don't think it was the 2 enchantments that killed me. I think I just needed to find a Solitary Confinement or get Enchantress online faster than what I did. Yeah, I also think this is obviously for, you know, tribal decks or all right, so that's the kind of hand the Enchantress wants to see, right? So, all right, let's equip my land. And if I draw like a 1 mana enchantment next turn, I might just go Enchantress plus that. Like if it's a seal of removal, just be better because then I can just fetch an island. Okay, so I think I still will fetch an island here. No, Solitary Confinement by itself obviously doesn't do anything. Solitary Confinement in 1 Enchantress effect, also not great. So I really need to find a second Enchantress effect. Second Jackal Pup? Okay. Right, I'm just gonna fetch my upkeep. Just to be clear, it didn't matter if I did an upkeep or draw phase. I mean, or in the turn, but. So it's a Cloud of Faeries. Alright, so we can do some cool stuff next turn. And by cool stuff, I mean just bounce some of their stuff. Ball lightning. So that's 10 damage. That's crazy. Alright, so if I find another Enchantress, I think I'm in a good spot. Okay. So if I do this, cast Cloud of Faeries. I'll go up 1 mana. Let me think about this one, because I think this might actually be like how the game ends. So if I tap those two, play Cloud of Faeries, I go up 1 mana. I tap those two again, so I'll have 4 mana. Cast Enchantress, well, cast Enchantress Presence. And if I put one of those things on the stack, or should I do this? No, if I do, no, it doesn't really. Because it'll be 3 mana. So if I do this, I'll have 4, 5, 6. That means I can play this and this. And the question is, do I want to end this turn with Cloud of Faeries on my hand? Okay. Let's see. If I tap those two, cast Enchantress Presence, and put one of those on the stack, then I'll pick up Cloud of Faeries, tap these two, untap Cedar Breast and this one. Kind of like mana neutral, right? I guess the difference is like Cloud of Faeries will be in my hand, so it doesn't get. You might not get killed, which I don't know how relevant it is. It does put them back like 1 land, I guess. Okay, so if I do put Words of Wind on the stack, the ability, this comes back to my hand. Tap Cedar Breast, Island, cast Cloud of Faeries, untap these two. Oh, that's the same thing. Yeah, okay. This one. Okay, now it matters because I can tap this, put Words of Wind ability on the stack with the green mana. I mean, with the blue mana. I might have to tap Cedar Brass. If I do this, tap this. Oh, but then I'll have to Wild Growth City of Brass. Okay, so maybe I don't do it now. Where's the wind? Green. No, I think I can just do this next turn. If I put one of those in a stack, bring this back, play that, and tap those two. I mean, maybe they don't have an answer to this card. It's my hope. I should look it up. I think I forgot what's the casting cost of Anarchy. It's 4 mana, so they could cast next turn, technically. I do have blockers though, so it wouldn't be game right away. And I'm drawing 2 cards too. So not fun Serra Sanctum. A little late. All right. Yeah, I don't know how common it is for slide decks to play any kind of answer to Solitary Confinement. I feel like currently in the format there's Solitary Confinement and Worship. I think those are 2 cards that they would be interested in trying to destroy with like a card like Anarchy. Okay, they might not have an answer. Maybe they're just doing this. Okay. I mean, they can attack. Maybe I forget and try to block. All right, so I do have to discard a card. I think I'll be okay. I think I was gonna be able to bounce everything on their side of the board this turn because of Serra Sanctum and Cloud of Faeries. Unless Cloud of Faeries gets killed, but all right, that was round 1. We'll see you for round 2. All right, we are here for round 2 of the Premodern League. Another match. Notice lots of new players in the league. I think the last 2 rounds, I don't think I've played against those players before. That's great. Sign of the format's growing on Magic Online. Not officially. By officially, I mean it's not run by Wizards, but so looking at the match here, yeah, this hand is really trying to find like a hand that has an Enchantress effect in your opener. This is perfect. So usually I don't mind if I don't have Words of War anytime soon. But this kind of means I would be buried like as the last card in my deck. So unless I fetch, oh, it should be fine. Okay, we're just gonna do this. All right, we're gonna equip the land. Like obviously the best case scenario here is to just draw land next turn, so I can just cast Enchantress Presence, get the ball rolling. Where's this tower? Okay, that's pretty cool. All right, so we're gonna play Fertile Ground, and I'm gonna pass the turn. So, not really sure what to expect here. I mean, I guess. Okay. I wonder if I should just save the Tsabo's Web for Frantic Search. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna pass here because I mean, this is like no, clearly that they're holding up something like mana leak. So if they tap out, okay, so now they have double blue, so they can actually have counterspell. Hmm. This kind of forces them to. I mean, they have to counter one of those two. Like mana leak doesn't do here because I have 3 mana to pay for it. Also, if they mana leak, okay. Green. I'm just gonna play this one. Okay. So if it was a mana leak, I could Frantic Search in response, but then I would have to find a card to discard. I guess I'm just gonna make blue. We'll try Frantic Search here. This gets countered. It's not a big deal. Mana leak. Okay. Can't pay for it. All right. So we're gonna go to the second main phase. It doesn't matter the color I make. It's just cycling this. I don't think their deck has. Okay, that's a pretty good draw. All right. I'll take damage here. I'll keep putting the same one because it just kind of what makes sense. Okay. And I'm guessing they're gonna like stroke a genius themselves here. So that's like what, 5 cards. Oh, 6, I'm sorry. I guess I don't know how to count. Yeah, that's 7, 8, 9. Yeah. That's a lot of mana now. So they have. Even more mana. All right, so they're making way more mana than my Serra Sanctum can make. Hold on, is that true? 1, 5, 6, 7. Yes, that they make way more than that. The Source of Plowshares not very good in this matchup. They decided to untap these instead of these. Okay. So blue. Oh, okay. So it's a Refagod probably. Was this the card that destroys everything? I forgot what it's called. Acromas. Acromas something. That's probably what it is, right? Oh no, just angels. Okay, all right, we can deal with it. They have 8 cards in hand, 7, but they're tapped out. Okay, so I'm gonna make some blue mana. I guess I'll play Serra Sanctum. Like usually I don't need as much white mana as the other colors. Okay, I might just be able to kind of go off here. So we're gonna play Exploration. Okay, now this is Words of Wind. Okay, so now I'm just gonna this isn't great. So, okay. The way I can do things here, I can put a Words of Wind trigger on the stack and pick up something silly like a Wild Growth or like an Exploration. So I can do something like this. No, because I need to make green mana. Okay, so let's say if I make double green here. I mean, I can also just play a second Serra Sanctum. Yeah, I'm just trying to see if I can find the most efficient ways so I don't take too much time on the clock. So if I play this, I'll draw 3 cards. Yeah, I think that's probably just better. Okay, I found a Frantic Search. That's kind of like what I was looking for. I can make blue mana. Okay, and then I can search. Let me just discard 2 fetches, I guess. And we untap this and this and this. All right. And I think now we can start doing this thing. So tap this. Can I? Because okay. So when I cast Enchantress Presence, I should have enough Enchantress effects to do what I'm trying to do. Okay. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 12 permanents. And I can just bounce one of these, I guess. Yep. Oh, I gotta click on this thing. Yeah, just pick this up. Then no. Okay, and then so I have 20 cards left in the deck. I do need to fetch then. Because I knew Words of War were at the bottom. Okay. And that was gonna do. I was gonna like bounce their whole board, and if I find Words of War, I can just play 1 enchantment and shoot them for lethal, or you can just pass a turn with a board, and they don't have a board. All right, so it's a blue and white deck. So I think I want Parallax Tide. And I think I want Replenish. I feel like Solitary Confinement is not as good neither. And I gotta make one more cut. generally speaking, I kind of want to have the Seal of Cleansing too. Because of the Parallax Tide thing, but maybe it's not necessary. I think it was cut one Frantic Search. Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's any. I mean, they're probably gonna have their own Seal Cleansing or like disenchant type of effects. Misdirection is interesting too, because like it might be able to get a counter spell target, or this isn't an ability, right? No, just spell. Yeah, disenchant's not really like that popular. Yeah, I think this is fine then. Okay, this one is pretty interesting. I don't know if it's a keep. So like any green enchantment that I draw makes this a live hand. I mean, I do need to have second blue for this, but all right, I'm gonna keep it. I'm gonna see. Like it's doing this for science. I do think that the Frantic Search in my opening hand like this is kind of a mulligan, but I mean this game's it's probably gonna go long. So we found out wild growth. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do this first. And alright, so I think Seal makes sense. And then the next card I draw, is that Impulse? It is Impulse. I like how online people play obviously the Visions one because it's got the cool art, but it doesn't have the wrong piece of text that we had in paper. I guess I'm gonna try to do this. If it gets countered, then I didn't. Okay, so I think I can get rid of those two. Yeah, I'm gonna tap these three. Prohibit. Okay. Alright, so they have 5 cards in hand. They don't have double blue neither. I think I can just pass here. Is that a smallish stroke of genius? No, it's actually small. It's 5 cards. All right. Yeah, looks like not drawing the second blue source. It's gonna punish me here. Medley Mage. Okay. That's a good card. Enchantress Presence. That's also a good card to name. Well, I mean, we do have a Seal of Cleansing in place, so I mean, Seal of Removal. Unfortunately, this Windswept Heath cannot find a land of the color that I need. Okay, so we're just gonna go ahead and pass. Now we're passing with an opponent with 7 cards in hand. It's not looking good for the home team. Yeah, it's gonna fetch. I don't think it does any good for me to keep that in play. All right. So let's see. So if I play Cloud of Faeries, I'm trying to see if I can slam double Parallax Tide. Maybe I should have. Maybe I should put the Fertile Ground on the Serra Sanctum. I don't know if they're playing Dust Bowl, but this makes 4 mana. If I play Cloud of Faeries, no, I think I just have to pass. I didn't do anything end of turn. I mean, it's not like Parallax Tide is gonna like save me, but at least will give me a chance to cast one of my spells. Like if I draw them. Like if I draw Massacre. Okay. Huh. That's a fast clock. It's an island. I mean, I guess I try to jam this, but okay, so if I do this, maybe they'll try to counter this. I don't know. They did not. Uh-oh, I untapped the wrong land. I think I just got distracted here, and I think I just threw away this game. All right, we'll pass the turn. Let's see. Not dead yet. They can kill it. I was gonna steal a removal, but I think I have to worry about this Manly Mage more than my Cloud of Faeries getting killed. Yeah, I'm gonna hold this land in hand in case I draw. I draw Frantic Search. Oh, that's a card that was actually. No, that's a Wrath of God. Not the one I was thinking. That's 6 damage. All right, we got one more turn. Not really sure what I can draw here too. Let's. In the odd chance that they don't have. Oh, I should have tapped the Saracen first. Awkward. I don't think it's going to matter that much, but one has 6 cards in hand. What? Okay, so blue. Yeah, didn't really matter because even if I paid for it. All right. So yeah, I think I'm happy with the sideboard. I don't think I need to do the whole seal cleansing Parallax Tide. But then that means I'd have to cut Frantic Searches to be able to fit all that. A Solitary Confinement might help, but I don't think I... No, I think I'm just gonna chip it back. Just try to keep a hand that's not as bad as the last game. No, this one needs... Yeah, so if I had an Enchantress or Enchantress presence, this hand would be perfect. I have neither. This one is terrible because I don't have a land I can fetch for this thing. Oh man. Okay, so we're gonna go to 4 because again, this can't fetch a forest. If it could, then, or if I had a. All right, I'm gonna keep this one and hope for the best. And I think trade routes might be the best one too. Oh, maybe not, because trade routes is actually a card that can cast here and do something. All right, so if I draw a forest, I did not. Okay, so it might just be game, but I don't think the other hands were keepable against a blue-eye control deck. They didn't have like density of threats or really anything. Oh, well, it's kind of like a forest. So we'll do this. And I think to be mana efficient, I'm going to try to do like this. If for some reason I decide to counter this, then I have the option to just cast Wild Growth next turn. This calculation. Yeah, that's one that I did not think was going to get me. Usually Enchantress, a deck that's known for playing games that you cast a lot of, you make a lot of mana. I will try to do this again. So it would be nice here if I can, let's see, if I draw a land that's not a Serra Sanctum, I guess Enchantress Presence gets countered. And then I just draw Replenish. And they don't have counter magic then. Yeah, I'll try to play this one. Like right now, they don't have mana for Wrath of God. So this is making 2 mana 3/4. So yeah, like if I draw Replenish, I would get back those two. Land equipping. Okay, so they have Forbid. All right. Disenchant. Okay, that is kind of annoying. Yeah, we keep, I guess, jamming cards until they don't have any more cards in hand. They're probably just deciding if they want to discard the 2 cards they have in their hand after Forbid. They didn't. So I still need to draw another land. That works too, I guess. Right, to be fair, like for a mold of 4, I think I've been drawing kind of okay. Like we haven't given them a chance to. Well, they also don't have Tron too, right? So shouldn't jinx myself like that. All right, drill in number 3. I mean, I get it. It's kind of like, okay, so that something finally resolved. They probably have an disenchant. No, it's just decree. So let's see what we can do here. I'm at 12 already though. That's crazy. How much damage I've taken just by tapping City of Brass. Well, I think I have to do this. Okay, so it's another. Okay. Yeah, am I gonna go to 9? But I'll draw 2 cards. So I guess it's worth it. Okay. They do have Tron also. This game might be over. Is this enough to kill me? Yeah, it's 9. Yeah, it's Exexis. Okay. Cool. Those are some good cards. All right, we'll see you guys for round 3. All right, we're here for round 3 of the Premodern League. We are gonna play against another opponent that I don't know what they're playing. Looks like I'm gonna play, and this hand is great. Yeah, I'm gonna keep. It is a little fragile to like Wasteland, obviously, but I mean, this is probably as good as it gets, like on the play. I mean, perhaps if this was Wild Growth would be a little better, but all right, so I'm gonna play an Exploration and Yavimaya Coast. I feel like this card is like one of those cards that's not played enough in Premodern. Like I'm usually someone that plays Legacy, so like exploration is like a big part of the format. So, but I understand there's a different. We're playing a different type of game here. All right, so if I play Fertile Ground here, I can actually play Enchantress and I play around days. Okay, it's looking pretty good here as long as I get to untap with my Enchantress. Could also be a little, well, it's like Dreadnought is the type of combo that sometimes is hard for this deck to deal with. Okay, it doesn't look like it's Typhonaut. Playing green. Are we playing like the pseudo mirror? The other thing is like this version of Enchantress I'm playing, like it's extremely vulnerable to Armageddon. So if that's the case here, you get bad real fast. Let's see. I think this is more seal removal. Do I need to take damage? I don't think so, right? Because if I just do, well, maybe, right? Because I do have another land drop, so yeah. So I think I'm gonna do like this. I also should just do all yield because otherwise I'm just gonna lose time on the clock. Kind of got punished for. Okay, then I just have to pass the turn. All right. Maybe I should have put the second Fertile Ground in the forest. Like, they could be a deck that's playing Wastelands or like Richard and Port. If they play Wastelands, it's not as bad because I do have the second Serra Sanctum. It's not a Wasteland. Okay. I'm trying to understand what, because they're playing a lot of basics. I wonder if it's like a domain type of deck. I have played against some of those decks before. Like they usually are kind of slow, but after they get going, like no, it's very hard to catch up. So it's a Meddling Mage. We have an answer for it. Okay, they only have one green mana up. Not a Serra Sanctum. Okay, I'm gonna pay 8 life here because I'm not doing anything with my mana. Guess we're gonna start with this. Drawing too many lands. So I'm gonna make some blue mana. So the white mana can just cast Tsabo's Web. Draws me a card. A little late for this. So I guess I'm just gonna go ahead and play the second Enchantress. I could possibly cycle Cloud of Faeries. Try to hit a land. I mean, not a land, I'm sorry, hit an enchantment. I think I'm gonna do that. I already have a lot of mana. Okay, so let's tap this for mana. I'm gonna cast Frantic Search. Cool. I can discard these two. I get to untap all of these. I can put this back in their hand. Oh, I should have made tapping for mana again. No, I should. No, I don't. Now, if they don't concede, I kind of have to hurry up here because these type of situation here, it could take a while. So what I can do is I'll put this trigger on the stack. And I can. Okay, so I was gonna draw. Oof, I was not gonna draw an enchantment. So with this, I was gonna have to bounce one of this and then try to hit an enchantment in the next one. That was gonna be close. Okay. All right, so green, white, blue deck. Modern and Magic would call it banned. I'm assuming they're gonna have some number of disenchant effects. Didn't see much of their deck besides that, so I think I'm just gonna hit submit. I actually don't like to sideboard too much with this deck because I feel like it just dilutes the main plan. I think this one's a keep. It doesn't have an Enchantress effect, but I do have Sylvan Library and trade routes with Serra Sanctum. It's pretty good at digging for cards. If you have like a good number of enchantments in play. They are going to be on the play, so I expect to see a Meddling Mage early in the game. Put them all again to 6. Max Diamond. Okay, alright, so maybe they are playing Armageddon in their deck, which is worrisome to say the least. This kind of like represents like a disenchant or naturalize. Big engineer. Okay. Did I? No, I didn't bring anything that needs Sea of Cleansing stuff. Okay. So I actually don't have a way to get rid of this card. I said I'm probably looking it up, like what's Enchantress creature type these days. I actually don't know myself. I mean, I'm sure it was human at one point. She's a human druid. Okay. Deep analysis. Okay, I think I know what they're playing now. Except that I don't think this deck used to play this many planes. Alright, so guess I'll pay 4. I'm gonna fetch it. I'll play this one. Enchantress Presence. Okay. They did draw 2 extra cards last turn. They're gonna draw 2 more now. I'll be surprised if those 2 enchantments are in play after this turn. I did bring the 2 Replenish, so like, in a way I'm kind of like, oh, okay. That's cool. So they drew 2 more cards. There's 2 mana for this. Oh, and the flashback only costs 1. So I'm gonna keep one of them in my hand. No, hold on a sec. Yeah, I'll pay for it. Like this is 0-3, right? I guess I can do this now. Actually, okay. So this costs 4. Is it 0-3? So I would have to do it twice. I mean, I can just discard a card. I mean, discard a land card and pass. I don't know if Solitary Confinement. Solitary Confinement is. Right, so what are they gonna get? A Silk Cleansing. Okay. And that's gonna. No, that doesn't get a bonus. It still costs 2 mana. All right. Silk Cleansing. I have 2 cards in hand. I am not gonna discard it. I'm gonna go to my draw step. I'm gonna pay some life again. Get 3 life. Hopefully, they don't have a bolt in their deck. And I just make green mana, I guess. And I guess I'll just play Yavimaya Coast and I'll Attack for 1. I don't have Solitary Confinement in place, so I don't think I can just like randomly die. Call the herd. Okay. It's gonna flash it back. Okay. It's a good draw. Really need to find a second Enchantress presence. Oh, there you go. Okay, so I can. This thing is tapping for 8 mana. Yeah. So I can put. So each enchantment is dealing 2 damage. I mean, sorry, 4 damage. I have 2 triggers. Yeah, if I had the blue Words of Wisdom, right? Words of Wind, not Wisdom. Where did I get that from? It would be a lot easier because then I can just bounce Cloud of Faeries and stuff. Let me see. So I can put 2 triggers on the stack, play Wild Growth on this forest. Then I'll draw 2 cards. But instead of drawing 2, I'm going to do 4 damage. Tap this one. Put Exploration, 2 more trigger. That's 8 damage. That's not enough to kill them. So I think I can just draw cards then. Yeah, because this doesn't do anything. Huh. Okay, so I think now I got it. I'm going to cast Frantic Search. Okay, and then I'm going to discard these 2 and untap these. I don't think the 3rd one really matters. Okay, then I'm going to put 1 trigger on this. Oh, hang on a sec. Yeah, I do have 2 enchantments. Then I'll put another one. Okay. And I can tap for blue. All right, so Words of Wisdom is going to deal some amount of damage. So I'll put one of these on the stack and two of these. Okay. All right, the whole point I was gonna do was GG's. So I was gonna play a Sylvan Library, and I was gonna get one trigger from Words of Wind, and then the other one's from Words of War, and one of them I was gonna pick up Cloud of Faeries, and the other two are gonna do 4 more damage, and then casting Cloud of Faeries, I would untap these 2 lands again, and then I can either Frantic Search or just discard some lands from my hand, and that should be lethal after that. Cool. I'll see you guys for round 4. All right, we're here for round 4 of the league. Haven't had too much trouble finding like matches today. Okay, this is it's basically the hand like I always say that I need to see with this deck. So, all right, we're gonna order this, and this is kind of irrelevant to what your opponent's trying to do, unless I guess if it's something like the rock, like no, I need to kind of think about this. But I think regardless, it's going to be turn 1 exploration, and then turn 2 Enchantress, or Argothian Enchantress. Yeah, so I'll play exploration. And I'm just gonna play the Windswept Heath, but I'm not gonna crack it right now. Like, I think if you can hide some information, it might be better. Also, like this last patch that they had for Magic Online, this card's like a lot of cards like look like not centered. Okay, so it's like black-white control, dark ritual. Don't play Phyrexian Arena. Okay, well this is not as terrible as I thought it was gonna be. Like, I don't know, when I see a card like actually, do I want to draw lands? Probably yes. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I think it makes sense to do it like this. Doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna make 3 mana. Because if I draw like a 1 minute enchantment or a Serra Sanctum, then I feel like it's a lot more explosive like this, because like Serra Sanctum plus this, cast Enchantress, and then the other 3 can cast Words of Wind. Unfortunately, this is not good right now, but it will be good next turn. Yeah, I think we'll do it like this, because again, if I draw, let's say, or anything, deck's a blue-green deck, basically. I think I'll play the Forest. I'm debating because, like, no, because the Frantic Search, like, no, so I can have extra cards to discard. But I think if I draw any enchantment, which maybe would be a reason for me to keep the land in hand, because if I don't draw an enchantment and they discard my Words of Wind, then it's a little awkward. They might just, yeah, they might just click. No, Gerard's Verdict is just black and white. It could be a Vindicate. That's what it is. So I can Vindicate this thing, probably. Yeah. Gosh, I think it took them too long to make the decision. All right. Oh, cool. Another one of those. Yeah. I'm kind of surprised I haven't seen the rest yet from them or Cabal Therapy. Maybe I can just like Angel and Source of Plowshares. Oh, they draw another Vindicates. If it's a Vindicate, this board state is actually okay because yeah, that was probably the right target. Okay, so I'm gonna make blue mana. And we're gonna cast Words of Wind. Now, I could gamble a little bit here and I could cast Frantic Search. Well, I haven't played a second land. So I play Search. I'll basically exchange Yavimaya Coast for another enchantment, maybe. So if I draw land enchantment, it's perfect, right? Because I can just discard both lands. Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure about this play here, but it's probably okay. Oh, okay, that works out the way I drew it up. And I can do like this. All right, so I'm gonna make a blue mana. I still have another land drop from the exploration. Okay. It would have been really nice to draw another island. I could put a trigger on the stack with this, but it doesn't really help, right? Well, maybe, right? Because if I draw... No, I think the play here would have been to not have this thing on yield. And seal removal on that first trigger, I could bounce back my Yavimaya Coast. So in this case, I can just play Sylvan Library and hopefully hit another blue source. Oh, okay. That works too. All right. Then I can play Cloud of Faeries. I get to untap these two. It's actually not that much of an advantage. Yeah. Okay. When I understand their deck, this should be a very good board state. Like, if I get these two cards in play next turn, maybe I'll have to draw another Vindicate, I guess. It's probably like a duress now, right? Maybe Cabal Therapy? No, duress. Oh, should not have 6 here. I might want to bounce my Cloud of Faeries with a seal removal. I was like, all these cards here are good. Like, I don't know if there's like a right answer here. Solitary Confinement is like just down like all the discard spells after this, and okay, so they went for Solitary Confinement. So if I find a Enlightening Tutor, what are they gonna get? Enlightening Tutor, Seal of Cleansing. Gonna attack me. Okay. I will take the damage. All right, so I just need to find a Serra Sanctum. I feel like I say this a lot with this deck. I just need to find Serra Sanctum. I don't know if you noticed, like a lot of like Enchantress list play only 3 copies of that card. Because I think the green-white ones are usually a little more, they're not so reliable on Serra Sanctum. This one definitely needs it. Let's see. So if I go to 6, is it better to? Yeah, I think I'm just gonna play this. And wow, still didn't find one. Okay, all right. So let's dig a little deeper. Just to find untap those. Let's see. All right, found the Serra Sanctum. And so I'm gonna play this one. I still have another one drop after this. So let's see, this thing is making 9 mana. Wow. All right, so we're gonna put one of those triggers on the stack. And I have 4 of them. Okay, all right, so we're gonna do like this and 3 of them. Then we're gonna play oh, gotta pay a green mana. I'm gonna replace that. I'll pick this up. I replace that one too. I guess I got seal. Then the last one, I guess I can just get Serra Sanctum. Oh, that was the one I was targeting. Awkward. So I will, let me just see here what I'm going to do. I was going to guess the Cloud of Faeries then. Now I'll tap this too. And I'm going to make a blue and green mana. I'll tap this. And I'll put one of those triggers on the stack. And another one. Okay, and yep, I'll pick up this. And I just need to find a Words of War. Oops. So let's see. I will put one of those triggers on the stack. And I'll play this thing. So I have 16 cards in the deck, and I have exactly 4 triggers at a time. So this is perfect. Okay, so I have 8 cards left, so I can just do this so I can draw one at a time. Well, I never drew it. Okay, so I can discard a land card. Discard a land card. And well, it's going to be exactly the last card in my deck. It's not in the graveyard, is it? I'm just looking like a fool here. Okay, it was exactly the last card in the deck. All right, so we're going to have to put 4 triggers on the stack so I don't deck myself. And they go right here on Magic Online. All right, their cards don't actually matter at this point. Okay, now we're gonna make just one single red, and then that's fine here. I'm just gonna cast this thing. I don't think it really matters what I pick up here, right? And the last one, I can just do a wild growth, I guess. Okay. I'm gonna cast this. Tap these 2. Oops. Tap this one. And tap this one for blue. Okay, so I just need to put 7 triggers. I guess I'll put 8. I think I have to look at, actually that's a good time for me to look at this. I believe they will die before I draw a card. I'm not gonna test it like as I'm doing, but I will. So I'll put like 8 triggers because I'm doing like increments of 4, right? It's like, you know, there's 2 Enchantress and 2 Enchantress presence. Okay, so 8. All right, so we're just gonna play this. I can do this. That saves a little bit of time. Yeah, and then I can cast this here. Okay, so yeah, they would have died before our deck, right? Because even though there's a trigger on a sec, yeah. All right, so let's do this. And I'm not a big fan of Frantic Search against decks that can discard my hand. They did have some Mischievous Factory, so I think maybe Tsabo's Web is not terrible. I think I'm gonna bring Seal Cleansing this time. I feel like they might bring Engineer Plague, or they could have something like the Aura card that makes everything cost 2 more. All right, this thing is kind of isolated against discard spells. Like it's not uncommon for players to just like Cabal Therapy turn 1 and then name Enchantress Presence or Argothian Enchantress. So the mulligans are 5 too. Well, last game they went the mulligan low and then Dark Ritual, Rex and Arena, and kind of made up for it. Especially since my deck is not quick. Yep, there you go. Okay, so I'm kind of like expecting to see it turn to Gerard's verdict. Did not expect it. Pretty good. Pretty good. All right. So 3 good hits, 2 not so good. I wonder if it's better to do this after Hypnotic Spectre attacks. Or maybe they just want to increase their chance of hitting something. I don't know. Like hitting a land, I guess. That might be the logic here. Oh, that's pretty good. And I'll cast this. This makes the like, Vindicate on Serra Sanctum is not as good. I get a City of Brass, and I think I'm pretty sure I'm just gonna discard the City of Brass and draw a card. At this point, I need to draw an Enchantress effect. Seal of Cleansing. Okay, so if I do this, this makes 4 mana. Okay, so I think I'm gonna do like this. I'm gonna play it. All right, so I'm gonna bounce this back to their hand, and I'm gonna play Replenish. Okay, then this is gonna. I guess I'm gonna. Well, yeah, I think this is fine. Probably would actually like to bounce a force and discard. Yeah, I think it would have been better. I think I'm gonna save the City of Brass for the same reason. I'm just gonna discard 2. It doesn't really matter. Okay. Yep, guess I'll just pass. One day I'll draw like an Enchantress effect, and then I'll be able to do something this game. Sometimes they come in 3s and 4s. Sometimes you never find them. It is kind of cool to just like dig this deep with this deck. Like I wouldn't want to draw all these 5 lands. Okay, guess we're gonna play Words of War. Yeah, if I didn't fertile ground the same forest, if I went on this one, like it would make me weaker to Vindicate, but I think they're gonna try to Vindicate Serra Sanctum anyways. Yeah, I'm not sure. You're gonna go after Words of War. Okay. Can't really do much about that. Not a Seal of Cleansing. Okay. I mean, I have my own Seal of Cleansing, so I guess I could try to find one of those. Because then the way it works is like I'll seal their seal and then they seal one of my enchantments, but then I just replenish back. They're probably debating if they want to do this on trade routes or trade routes. Yeah, it makes sense. I would have done it too. Oh, finally. Finally. On one of those things. So I'm not going to discard a card for that. But it protects me from getting discarded next turn. So they have another. It's going to replay the Hypnotic Spectre. Phyrexian Arena. That's scary to let them untap with that card. So I'm going to say no. Okay, this doesn't really do anything. This moment of the game. Okay, so I make more mana. Does it? I guess it doesn't make sense not to do it. Like I can cast this. Well, I guess I can use it on the trade routes. Yeah. Okay, then I'll tap for mana again. I finally remembered. And then I'll bounce Cloud of Faeries. Then I can cast Replenish. Okay. I guess I could discard the Serra Sanctum. Seems like sacrilegious to do this. Okay, but I found another enchantment. Those are words of words of wind. Okay, I think I might be able to try to combo here. I'm using the word combo very loosely here. So make blue mana. So if I bounce Cloud of Faeries, I can tap this, untap this too. Yeah. I think now it's more important to have more blue mana. Oops. Okay, blue, blue. So do Where's the Wind once. And I can pick up Fertile Ground, I guess. Okay, so there's one trigger. Excuse me. If I pick up Fertile Ground, then that means I can actually free up some a land that I can do this. Okay, and then we're gonna do it again. All right, so now I'll cast targeting here. I mean, I feel like if I pick up all, if I make them pick up all their cards, game is like virtually over, but not. So I can pick up Exploration, for instance. Okay. Then we're gonna do this one more time. But then I think I'm just gonna get, yeah, I think I'm just gonna get Cloud of Faeries. Okay, then I can. I actually don't have to do anything. No, because then I, no, I'm just gonna pass. I guess I can be mana efficient and, well, I only have 5 minutes on the clock too, so I need to hurry the fuck up. Look, I've been trying to click like as fast as I can, but sometimes. All right, so I'm just gonna real quick here. Return back to my hand. Okay. I'm gonna say no. All right. No, I want to discard a card. Okay. All right, I should be able to get it next turn. As a matter of fact, I'm just going to do this to make it quicker. Oops. All right. That was kind of tight there. I think I had to kind of find a way to not time out there. This deck definitely a deck that if you're playing paper, you have an easier time than if you're playing on Magic Online. All right, so we'll see you guys in round 5. All right, we're here for round 5. I think I'm currently 4-1. No, 3-1. I was gonna say 4-1. That's impossible. Not there yet. This hand is. All right, it's got potential, I guess. Like I'll be able to cast whatever I draw. All right, let's see. I mean, Tsabo's Web is also like such a strong card in this current meta. Oh, are they playing like a? Okay, so Tsabo's Web is probably going to be good here. It's my guess. So let's see. I'll play this and this. Or maybe I should have. No, maybe I should have held on to send. Maybe I fucked this up already. Maybe I did. Yeah, this is gonna get wastelanded. Yeah, because next turn I could have gone Wild Growth, Serra Sanctum, then Sylvan Library, I guess. Something along those lines. But if they're an Armageddon deck, it's also like a super rough matchup for me. Because Enchantress, you kind of have to play to the board, and they are pretty good at sweeping the board. So opponent's probably confused why do I just play Serra Sanctum? So they're thinking, I'm gonna say thinking's on the stack. Okay. Okay. Alright, so now it's kind of awkward because I can only make 1 mana, and this version of this deck doesn't really take advantage of the Serra Sanctum. So a basic forest would be, oh, there you go. Would be my best draw here. Yeah, there's no such thing as ghost quarters in this format. Just gonna play Meddling Mage maybe. Yeah. Then I can just name either Enchantress or Enchantress Presence. It's probably the same thing. I think I like Sylvan Library. I don't remember if this deck plays Reshine on Port. These are not very good cards. Okay, so next turn I can make those not so good cards into hopefully okay cards. Yeah, I think they play like usually 2 Armageddons in the main deck, and then they have like a number of Cataclysms in the sideboard. Yeah, it's a Serra Sanctum, but it doesn't. It's not looking very good here. I wonder if I can risk passing the turn one more time. Because now I make 3 mana here. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that. Just hope that I don't die next turn. I mean, not die, but like not be in a position that I just can't win. Like an Armageddon definitely here, like would seal the deal, but I'm taking 5, no 6. Okay, so we found an Enchantress. And I think the difference in 4 and 1 is the same thing here. So I need to make some blue mana. Okay. play a storm deck with this much mana. Okay, so definitely Tsabo's Web. So I need to draw. That's a very good start. Like a okay, that it had to be like trade routes or actually kind of like any enchantment here probably would have done it. Okay, they played pretty well there, and I played my my Serra Sanctum when I shouldn't have. Okay, so I think I want to replenish and things I don't really have a way to like not get Armageddon. Like trade routes is like my best option, like to just try to bounce them before everything gets killed. I mean, Parallax Tide might stop them from doing it earlier, but I guess Seal of Cleansing can also kill like a Mox Diamond. I'm gonna cut one of the search. All right, I think I'm gonna keep this one. 2 Frantic Search is a little awkward, but I think I'll fetch because I don't want to draw another land. So it'd be kind of cool to draw one of those Seal of Cleansing now. Should I? No, I think I'm going to hold on to this forest. All right, so not a Mox Diamond. Okay. I need to be playing Potter Keg in my deck. Terravore. That's kind of scary. Okay, deck. Don't give me any enchantments. It's not ideal. I kind of need like a 1 mana enchantment for next turn, so I can like try to cast it. Then I'll draw 2 cards, and if they're not good, I can always Frantic Search and then dig for more enchantments. I also get to untap my Serra Sanctum. Well, maybe, right? Because I do have a Wasteland, so I'm probably gonna have just a 1-shot with a Serra Sanctum. I do have an Exploration, so if I draw Serra Sanctum number 2, I can just play it. It's kind of scary because we're like in Armageddon territory now, right? So like I only have one Solitary Confinement. I think that's what it is. I think that's what's going to happen to me. I guess. Weird. Is asking me to already made the mana? Huh. I didn't know that's how it worked. Okay. Yeah, Armageddon is pretty rough for this deck, and that's what happened. Opponent played it really well. All right, let me see if I can find another match for the last round. And we'll see you guys in round 6. All right, and here we are for round 6. We're currently 4-2. Playing the last match. Oh, right here, they're waiting for me. Did it not work? Oh, okay. Okay, so this hand, it's got kind of like what I needed. Got a turn 1 play. And we have an Enchantress effect. Turn 1 Sylvan Safekeeper. Okay. Yeah, the best counterplay for Wild Growth in turn 1 would be like a Rashad Port, but doesn't look like they're playing that kind of deck. Well, that's cool. I was actually testing a deck the other day with this card, and I contemplating playing in the league for this video, but it was still not ready. But this card is actually really, really strong, I think. I'm sure there's like a mono green aggro deck that can slot the turtle in. Like if they have a card like Tangle Wire now, like it'd be. Oh, it's even better. All right. Yeah, so that's like 5 points of damage on turn 3, and basically can't target any of their creatures. Pretty strong. And like we're in trouble. I think I'm gonna go for the Frantic Search now. Okay, so I can put those 2 back. I'm gonna save the City of Brass. I'm gonna save the City of Brass. I think it's fine. Okay, and I think here doesn't really matter. Alright, so we're in good shape for next turn if I don't die. Because this is 6-7 damage, so they do have 3 cards in hand. I don't know, Might of Oaks, something like that. Alright, so I'm on the either... all these cards are really good. Now the question, can I go to... Well, 7 or 3 is the same thing here, right? Actually, yeah. I'll put this back and I'll pay 4. Alright, so we're gonna play Argothian Enchantress. I think in this case, best for me to enchant the Serra Sanctum. Alright. Then I'm gonna make some... Let's see, if I make green mana... No, I'll make blue mana. Because then I can untap all 3 of these. I can just discard the fetches. Untap these 3. So I'm gonna draw a lot of cards, and I can also untap. So I'll have mana and a way to keep going with the combo. Okay, so now I'm just gonna play Words of War. Okay, and I think I should have it from here. Let's see. I'll make some blue mana. Yeah, I can just make blue mana here. Then I'll cast Cloud of Faeries. And then every time I play an enchantment, I can bounce 2 of their permanents, and then the third one, I'll just bounce Cloud of Faeries, and we'll keep going until we find Words of War, or they have 0 permanents, and then we just win. So no idea what they have, of course. So I think Replenish is probably very good. It's a green deck, so I'm expecting cards that sweep all my enchantments, or even things like Naturalize. And I don't know if I need more Solitary Confinements. Because with blue green, it's a little different the way you approach aggro matchups, because every deck in the format's playing some kind of spell that destroys enchantments. But like, if you're playing green white, you have Sterling Grove, which can protect all your enchantments, but blue green you don't. So it's kind of like, yeah, I can play a Solitary Confinement and pass the turn a few times, but all they have to do is just destroy Solitary Confinement and attack for lethal. So it's not like, against mono red, like, the round, was it round 1 or round 2 that I played? It's a little different because usually they don't have a way to deal with this card. So yes, you can just sit behind Solitary Confinement, and then if they don't have any way to remove it, they have to concede. But against the other decks in the format, they have access to enchantment removal. Then you can't just play Confinement and think everything's gonna be fine. So I think I'm just gonna do like this. Okay, so this one, all right. Well, I mean, I'm gonna keep it. It is a little awkward that the only green source I have is the City of Brass. I mean, I guess I can always do that, right? Yeah, alright. This is not great, but I think I have to do this. Especially since I have Cloud of Faeries too. Like if I had... Oh, they're playing white too. Okay. Right, so maybe I have a little bit of time. Okay. Because this can only fetch an island. And I think, let me see. So if I play Enchantress Presence, next turn Serra Sanctum will make more mana. But I do get one less draw. Because playing Enchantress next turn is not gonna do anything. Whoa. Quote unquote. No, I think about Enchantress because if they have a disenchant effect, then they're not gonna hit the Enchantress Presence. At least I'll get like some value by casting it. Yeah, but this Wild Growth on the City of Brass is super awkward. If I draw words of like, no, the card I should remember it's called Words of Wind. I think they should be the first card I should bounce back though. It's the Wild Growth. Okay, so they have Ray of Revelation. Okay, that's really bad for me. So I definitely need to draw another green source or Ancestral Mask. Who's Enchantress effect deck now, right? I'm basically dead here if I don't. No, I think I'm just dead. Let me see. Because I can. I'll play this. Now draw 2 cards. Is it Replenish? Does that do anything? I don't think so. That's a 9-power creature. And it only taps for 1. No, yeah, we dead. That makes me wonder if I should bring Engineered Plague. Or maybe if I should just have my own Scylla Cleansing, because... No, I think Replenish is still better. Yeah, just have to... I think my start was not great, right? With the City of Brass on the Wild Growth. Okay, this one is good. I think I'm just gonna bottom. I do need to draw another land though. Okay, so we're gonna equip our forest. Let's see. So if I think I'm gonna stifle them. All right, so I'm gonna cast this like this, like this. Oops. Let's play a land and I'll pass, I guess. So even an argument for me to like, well, not anymore. I was gonna say like I could maybe like just pay 1 mana on my upkeep and then bounce one of their lands and then just kind of just I can just replay my wild growth. So for them it's way worse than it's for me. Actually, I'm just gonna use the blue mana or the colorless. Okay. So if they have a naturalized effect, they're probably gonna aim at Solitary Confinement. If they don't, I can just discard the forest. I think it's fine in this situation. Let me see. Yeah, I guess we'll. I could cast Replenish first, and then when I cast Wild Growth, I'm just getting back 1 card. Doesn't seem very good. Okay. I think then I'm just gonna try to sort of go off here. Okay, cool. So finish 4-2 the league. If you made it this far into the video, thanks for watching. Like I said in the beginning of the video, the league, I haven't played that much Premodern or Magic Online, but I've still been playing like on paper, and I've been trying some different versions of decks that are not tier 1, and I remember seeing this deck, and I played for a little bit in paper and Magic Online, and I didn't see anybody like talking about it, and I feel like the deck is really good. Maybe just needs a better pilot, and I decided to make this video for this week. So hope you enjoyed, and see you guys next time.